strategy. So let's see how this one plays out. Okay, so there Jason raised, and that time Claudico believed it had the worst hand and folded. Probably a good thing right there. Jason had a very good hand, but it's not a great hand, so probably the right one. Okay, here Jason is the first mover. He has a 5 and a 6 of the different suits. It's not a great hand. Some potential for a straight, but not a great hand. Okay, there again, Jason bent and Claudico folded. So Claudico must have had a really bad...
This doesn't usually happen 3 times in a row.
It's very rare to have it happen 3 times in a row. Okay. So this looks like this will be a big hand. Because what happened here, Claudico bets as the first number, and Jason has ace jack, which is a pretty good hand. So this could go all the way without folding. So Jason raised there, 900, and Claudico called. So both players are representing that they have pretty good hands. And now what we have here is no pair for Jason, but there's a possibility of him getting a straight if 10 lands on the board. Okay, there. Jason bet and Claudico folded. So Claudico believed that Jason had the better hand. It's hard to say whether it's true or not because we don't see Claudico's cards. Okay, here's another one. This could go big as well. So Jason is the first to move, and he has an ace and a jack of different suits. So Jason raised and Claudico folded. Claudico is playing very timidly right now. Okay.
Your computer is being conservative.
Very conservative right now, but not in general. Not in general. Here in this hand, Jason has jack and 8 of different suits, and Claudico bet as the first mover. So let's see what Jason does. Jason called, and what we have here is now it's Jason's turn to move first, and Jason doesn't really have anything right now. So Jason checked and Claudico checked. So they're both representing fairly weak hands right now. We'll see what's going to happen. We know what Jason has, which is still basically nothing. We don't know what Claudico has. Okay, so Jason bluffed there, and Claudico gave up. So Claudico probably also had nothing.
So there is bluffing.
Oh yeah,
Computer and the human.
both sides are bluffing. Yes, and slow playing, trapping and bluffing and other things. And also there are phenomena that are going on here that don't even have names yet. So it's kind of a nice coming together of the best human poker knowledge and the best computational game theory knowledge to come up with new kinds of strategies that don't even have names yet.
Did you anticipate that Claudico would bluff?
Yes, we definitely anticipated that, but we didn't program it in. So Claudico's algorithms automatically generate a strategy. We don't program the strategy, we program the algorithms that make the strategy. So I like to joke that, I don't play poker that much because I can't, and I don't write poker bots because I can't. I write algorithms that write poker bots that play poker. Alright, so what we have here is Jason has jack 5, and we have a 5 and a 9 and a 4 on the board. So Jason has what's called a second pair with a kind of a medium kicker. So the jack would be the tiebreaker if Claudico also happens to have a pair of 5s. Okay, so again, Claudico probably had nothing that time when it came. So we've seen probably the last couple of hands where Claudico was very conservative there. Let's see if you can see some that go all the way to the river, because those are the big ones that are most exciting and people want to see. Alright, but now this could be one. Jason has 5-7 suited, which is really not much. Some potential for a flush or a straight. Claudico is also bluffing, so we'll see how this plays out. Okay. So Jason called, Claudico's bet, and then we got 10, ace, and 2 on the board, and there was a check. And now Jason still doesn't have anything, but it's called a flush. With one more heart comes in the remaining 2 cards, he's going to have a flush, which is a very strong card hand. Especially the kind of flush where he has 2 of the cards and the board only has 3, because then it's very unlikely that Claudico will fold on.
So Jason needs a heart.
Jason desperately needs a heart right now. Oh! There it is.
Well, you got it. You got it.
Jason got the flush, and now this is going to be a very bad situation for Claudico, because Claudico probably has a pretty good hand that's going to be hard to let go of. And it also represented a good hand, so it's very hard to get away from the representation, and now it's going to get trounced.
So you're here about
Yes. On this one, on the other hand, that walk upstairs is going to get the reverse cards, so Claudico is going to be enjoying the flush upstairs. Right, this is not going to end well for Claudico. Exactly. Let's see if he's going to give up. I hope he's going to give up. So now there's some chance. But the only hope that we have now is that Claudico has a 3 and one of these other cards. So it could actually have, or it could have 2 aces or 2 twos or 2 tens. So it could actually have a full house, which would be better than the first. So there's some chance of that. So the last 3 was a really good card for Claudico. Now it has some potential of actually winning this. Okay, he gave up, so he didn't have it. Good phone, Claudico.
And then talk to me again about the name. Okay.
I'm glad we can get something to the river there.
What?
I was hoping it was going to check raise me, because I would have like been on like kind of a decision there. I'd have to think about it for a while. That would have been exciting.
Is that a good play, after making all those bets, to give up without seeing what you have?
Yeah, you should always, game theory wise, you should always have folds in every situation. You don't need to always call a bet. You should be assuming that the other player will be ahead of you sometimes, and you can make folds. So Claudico has some range. It predetermines at the start of that street that it's going to check call, check fold, or check raise.
Because he was raising bets on you.
But don't you want to?
No, that hand he re-raised me pre-flop, so I raised, he re-raised, I called. On the flop he checked, which is unusual for Claudico. I mean, not unusual. More often than not he bets out there, but he checks, I bet, he called. I was just on a draw, like Tuomas explained. I just needed one more heart. Then on the turn I got it, he checked, I bet again, he called. On the river he checked and I bet big, hoping to get like the most amount of money from my flush, and he folded. So he was probably fairly weak there, and like, no, it's not a bad strategy. It's very reasonable to just call, and fold. But you don't want to do it too much.
But you don't know what he ever had in his hand.
No idea.
And is that normal? Like, I would always want to know what someone has.
Well, that's actually what's interesting about this format. So usually in poker, like you play and you either fold to someone or they fold to you, and you never know what they have. You know, if it's in the casino, they just throw their cards in, the dealer collects it, you never see it.
To call to see what they have.
Right, or if it's online, there's just like, it's just mucked away, you never see it. But both sides get the logs at the end of each day, and we get to see every hand. So that's very unusual for poker. Usually you just live the rest of your life not knowing. So
That would drive me nuts.
so we go home, and, it's crazy stuff. I think one time Doug, someone paid him $10,000 to show what he had on one hand when the guy folded. Paid him $10,000.
One hand.
Yeah, for just one hand.
Here you're getting $80,000 for 80,000 hands for free.
Yeah.
Maybe we should charge them.
Yeah, they should charge some next time.
So So that was good. It wasn't a particularly strategically interesting hand because the play was kind of obvious, and then there was a huge element of luck.
But that was a bigger than normal hand. Usually, most hands are a bunch of nothingness. That was a bigger than normal hand.
But there, it wasn't really like Claudico's ingenious or Jason's ingenious that showed up. It was just that one lucky card. So I probably on a show before wouldn't really single that out. That's an interesting hand. Right, Jason?
Right. Damage now. Hopefully.
Jason has a
Full house.
There's 3 8s and 2 kings. Oh no, and Claudico is representing a strong hand by betting. This is gonna be ugly.
Alright, so yeah, so I'm looking at, I'm anxious to see what happens here. Now does it hurt you when Claudico loses?
Oh yes, every time.
You're hoping that your guy, or your girl, I don't know which it is, or it,
Hit, yes.
you're hoping your computer is winning, but
Yes.
not every time.
Yeah, not every time. Overall against Jason, the computer is winning over these 2 weeks so far. But this hand, I think this is gonna be Jason's hand here. Good fold. So Claudico figured out that he's probably behind, or it is probably behind, and gave up. So that was good fold.
So how are these players doing? How are the humans doing against these?
Overall, the humans are ahead, but it's not the total walkover. So there's been days where Claudico beat the humans, and days where the humans have beat Claudico. And if we look at overall between the 5 players, the 4 humans and Claudico is 4th out of 5.
Are things going as you thought they would go?
Yeah, I think so. This could have gone really in a weird way, in that this has never been done. So it's like humans versus Martians coming together, and either the Martians would take over the humans or vice versa. But that didn't happen here. So I was hoping, not knowing, that it would be pretty close, and it has been pretty close. So we've seen some very poker, an unusual kind of poker, because it's a clash of styles where the computer plays very different kinds of strategies. For example, it limps, it does a lot of randomization, plays a lot of different bet sizes, very small bet sizes, huge bet sizes, things that humans don't usually do.
So I know that these professional players, they have strategy, they're bluffing, they're used to dealing with other people. Have those skills, the computer bluff?
Yes, the computer can bluff, but this is the first time software has played humans in No Limit Texas Hold'em. So all of the practice that Claudico has ever had has been, 99.9% and more has been against itself only. So it's taught itself how to play poker. And then all of the tests that it's ever been to the test with has been against other computer programs. So it's a different kind of test, because those computer programs try to play games theoretically. They don't try to find the weaknesses typically in the program like the humans do. So it's been a different test for sure.
We're not talking about this. We're not talking about a couple of hands that they're playing to see what happens. 80,000 hands of poker
Yes.
in 2 weeks.
Yes.
It's a lot of poker.
Yes, it's a lot of poker, for sure. But the importance of doing a lot of hands is that there's an element of luck in poker. While it's a game of skill, there's also an element of luck. And we try to reduce the role of luck as much as possible, so we can do this scientific test as to who's currently stronger, the best humans or the best artificial intelligence.
So you have professional players who are playing computer, they're playing poker. Some people might say, so what? Why do I care? Why is this interesting?
So this is interesting, for the poker community, it's of course interesting. It's very interesting in poker. But from a science perspective, it's interesting because these algorithms are not algorithms for poker. They're algorithms for solving incomplete information game situations in general. So we are using these for research and negotiation, auctions, cybersecurity, medical applications, and all sorts of applications. So as we develop these algorithms with this experience to be better and better, we're actually developing applications for a host of different situations. So poker is really for us just a benchmark.
It's a means to an end.
Yeah, it's a means to an end, and it's also a test along the way as to how good we really are. Knowing that we beat all of the other computer poker programs is one thing, so that's kind of a good validation. But then it's a whole other thing to see, can you also beat the absolute best human poker players?
So are you watching this thinking, oh, we're really good. We did some good work here.
I am looking at it that way. I'm very, very proud of what the team has done. So my students, Noam Brown and Sam Gansfried, have been awesome. And we've really done a lot of work here that's really good. Beyond just beating the other computer programs last year, over the last 8 months, we've really come a long way since then. So the gap from Cartanian 7, which was one program, to Cloudico is fairly big. And yeah, I think we're doing really well. This could have gone really ugly. Of course, it would be nice to just beat the humans out on the shoot, but I think like in the deep Kasparov matches, I think we need at least one more round before we're done.
So in the future, you think you're going to win?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we'll have, in a matter of a year or 2 or 3 years, we'll have at least in 10 years, have a program that will be all of them.
How's your poker?
Not very good, but I started to learn from Claudio. I play also pretty differently than humans, other humans.
You want anything else here? Do you want to have me pull up a chair here and watch him? Okay.
Yeah, you can talk to
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, let's do some poker coaching.
You what?
Do some poker
I know,
coaching.
right? I play craps.
Oh shit! Oh, that is
I
a
need
fun game.
action.
That is a fun game. Craps is a fun game.
That game I also don't really know how to play. I kind of know how to play.
That's
Then
sim-
I rely on the guys standing around me to tell me when to put my money down.
Are you? How aggressive are you in craps? You just go for like money on the points, back up with odds.
I put my money on the 6 and the 8. And the
Oh, so you're a gambler.
6 and the 8.
So you're a gambler then.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
But I was playing here a couple years ago, and there was this whole group of guys who were here for a charity event, and they came over the table, and so the one guy was like telling me what to do and not to do, and then his buddy put down money on Snake Eye.
Okay.
It's one of those kinds of rolls, which never ever happens, and it hit.
Oh
The
god.
whole place erupted. I'm like, that's why I like playing
Craps is always the like most entertaining table in the room. That's the most fun. I don't ever really play these games, but like, yeah, craps people have the most fun at by far. So I'm just zooming along here, trying to get to 80,000. Well, 20,000 for me.
Okay. How many hands
I
have
think,
you?
yeah, we're gonna.
So far, a little 15, 16,000.
Okay.
So we're right in the finish line. It's real. I can grab it.
Are you getting fatigued?
We were fatigued after the first 2 days. So
Do you think this chair goes up? I feel
it does.
help assist.
So yeah, it started off like
Oh, I forgot to ask him about these guys getting paid. They are getting money. And you guys have to divvy up the
yeah,
100 grand.
yeah. So I mean,
Well, you can ask Jason that.
So
I
yeah,
don't even know exactly how it works.
You know-
I know how to generally explain it.
like $100,000 appearance fee
That they have to
that all 4 of them then have to split up, and splitting it up based on
How they do.
how they do it.
And is it a formula, or do you guys have to?
Yeah, there's quite a formula for it. We laughed. I asked Doug how much we're getting paid, and he showed me what Tuomas sent, and it's like only from a computer scientist would you get like a paragraph-long algorithm on how the payouts are going to be. So I'm just kind of taking their word for it. Should I take this one off?
I think you can leave it on.
I'm going to end up having 2 mics on.
Is it okay if you leave that other one on? That's not on, right?
It is. I mean, it's not on over here. It's on the computer going into Twitch.
So anybody who's watching Twitch right now can see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. You know what? I'm gonna have New York roll on this.
Okay.
So I'm just going to have 2 mics here. Before this live, I only had 0 mics. Now I got 2.
I just want to make sure it doesn't rub.
Oh, you can't touch?
There you go.
Okay.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
Now you tell me where you want me to sit. Huh?
Good.
Where's
Dave.
Dave?
Shooting exteriors of the casino, shots of like the leaderboard and like the frame.
All right.
Is that?
All right.
Pretty good.
Do you want, now what's the deal? Am I airing this on Friday at 11?
You want to? You want to, right?
If, yeah.
Oh, you mean like my piece?
So what, yeah,
If it's
what?
done, I don't know if it's gonna be done in 11.
Okay.
I hope.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying is, you might want to cut your own version. You could run mine if it's ready.
We can always run yours after. We can run it on Monday.
Good.
Or we can run
Yes.
it on Saturday.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So is yours definitely airing on Saturday?
Yes.
If it,
Yeah. So it's sort of up to you whether, if my piece is done, I'll get it to you and you can run it. I hope it is, but
I don't know.
I cut through the night plenty of times. So
All right, then maybe we'll just either run it on Saturday night,
maybe you should run in on your
or we'll run it on Monday. Because I don't know. Because how am I going to get it? How would I get it?
I can get it to you.
I don't even know if I have time.
I can feed it to you.
It's Tuesday or Wednesday?
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
So still up in the air when this is going to be on?
This will air on CBS on Saturday.
Okay.
But nationally.
Okay.
Yeah. But we're trying to figure out locally when it would air.
Oh, I see. I'm going to be gone, so.
He's not going to be done until cutting
It's
until
entirely possible that I won't have this put together for our 11
hours
o'clock
before.
newscast on Friday. It's
Okay.
entirely possible.
All right.
I hope that it is available.
I just want to know when to watch for it. But I'm going back to California, so I guess just Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
You're going to be in California when?
Saturday. I'm flying out Saturday morning. We're all leaving Saturday.
Okay, because it'll air like it will. You should have whoever someone back.
Yeah,
home.
parents already on top of DVR.
Alright,
They're pretty
so
excited.
CBS this morning, Saturday.
Okay, cool.
DVR.
I would think that you get lots of press and lots of.
Not really. Like, see, you kind of get not okay. First off, this type of attention poker doesn't really ever get. But if you do get it, it's usually from tournaments, which are like not the most skillful form of poker. Heads Up, I really feel is like a very skillful form of poker, but this world, it doesn't have like a spotlight. We play on the internet. That's where Heads Up usually happens. So there really is very, very little like media coverage.
Okay.
Doug has had to like go into tournaments as like he's the best Heads Up player. He starts playing tournaments and he's had success there, and like that has kind of like built up his like profile a little bit more. But for the most part, you're known amongst poker players, but no one's like recognized me on the street.
It's not like when we see poker on TV and it's the guy with the sunglasses sitting at the table doing
Yeah.
that poker.
No, not that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, So it's pretty unfortunate. I end up being the only human losing.
Losing.
I've gotten
That's
pretty.
why I wanna talk
I've got.
to you.
I know. I'm already prepared.
How does it feel to lose to a computer, you loser?
Well, I've gotten pretty unlucky. I think I'm a winner versus the computer. If we kept going, I would win, but I can't wait to get out of here. It's been a long. It's been so.
Say, how can you play so much poker?
See, we're used to, like, okay, we'll play a lot of poker, but like it kind of happens with heads up and being like a top player. You don't get a lot of people to play you. Everyone knows who you are. You know, there's one main site everyone plays on. They know. So you sit around, and then when someone wants to play, like you sit on that computer and you don't stop. You know, meals start getting delivered, everything. You do not leave that computer until it's done. And that can go on for a long amount of time. I mean, you can take breaks to go to the bathroom, but that can go on for a long time. I've been up at all hours of the day for all lengths of time. But this, so I'm like, kind of used to that, but like that, like it's variable. It doesn't happen all the time. This is every single day. It's like a job.
Right.
I play poker because I don't want a job, and now I have a job. And the first week we were here 12 hours a day. 12 hours a day. I was like, oh my God. Then we would go home, we would study, we'd go to sleep at like 4 a.m., wake up at like 9, and then here we go again. Next day, another 12 hours of poker. And it's been quite a journey. We're all anxious to cross that finish line.
So when they approached you guys about doing this, was there any hesitation? Like, what am I doing? Or
Not at all. I didn't know it was going to be this much playing ball. I thought it would go by like a lot quicker than that. I didn't fully like think it through. I was just like, yeah. I was like happy to play. I was so stoked that I got picked because I'm a relatively like unknown person.
Okay.
So I was really excited to participate. But yeah, we'll have to renegotiate maybe some terms next time to make this a little more pleasant and not feel like I'm working. We keep joking, like every morning, like we all text each other. It's like, all right, guys, time to go punch our cards at the steel mill. Like that's what we're doing here in Pittsburgh.
This is a working class town.
Yeah,
Working.
I am a blue collar worker now.
Hey, Merm. How much longer do you want Dave to stick around?
Does he have to get going?
He said that they called him. They were like,
Right.
"What's your?"
He needs to leave by 3, right?
Yeah, but if you want to cut him loose before then, because I need to leave by 3.
Yeah. I think we can cut him loose.
Because I feel like we're almost done.
We're getting close. We have to do Doug upstairs.
Yeah, you should definitely get him. He's like very good at interviewing and talking about poker.
You gotta do Doug, and then after that, I mean, I think.
So I'll talk to him about losing like,
Yeah, and you can talk about that hand too, which I thought was kind of interesting. If you're upward, do you remember that hand where he had the flush?
yeah, he had the flush.
I remember
He
it.
had the hearts.
Yeah.
Now, are there any hands that you've come across where you're just like, think, like dial, phoning it in, or are you actually legitimately?
Well, see, this is why it's starting to feel like a real grind. It's just the same person every day. You know, like I know how Claudio.
Even if you ever sit how you're gonna sit when we're.
Okay. So it's very like I'm so programmed to know the right move every single time now. Like yeah, there's some situations that come up where I really have to think about it, but I would say like 95% of the decisions I just know what to do. I'm going.
Okay.
And so
you kind of know what
yeah,
he's gonna do.
and I know like I know the strategy that I want to play to use to play against them to maybe get unstuck. I don't know. Right now I'm 210,000 away. I have to pull quite a magic trick to get unstuck from this. But it's a team effort.
We're gonna do that.
Supposedly they're giving us, they said they're making trophies. Now they didn't say the format that they're giving it, but we joked coming in today that like they're gonna give a trophy and they're gonna give it to like Doug, Dong, Bjorn, and then Claudico Les. And then Sandom's gonna go up and accept that trophy.
How old are you?
I am 29. I am the oldest one of the group by far. Everyone else is like 25, 26.
Rolling in New York on his.
Oh, on his Twitch.
So we'll have the Twitch.
Okay. Got
So
it.
if you stick your head in there.
Okay. So like I can see it right now. So there's
Yeah.
me. Okay.
Susan from CBS.
So this is like 3 cameras there.
All right.
Okay.
Just doing claps.
You want ready? Speed.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So how do you think things are going?
For the humans, things are going pretty well. As a whole, I'm pretty happy with what we were able to do here. Individually, the results have been a little poor for things outside of my control, but as a human team, we've done very well, and I think we're all really happy with how things have gone.
Yeah. You are the one human that's losing to the computer.
Unfortunately, I am the one human that is losing, but I have some explanations for this. First
Okay.
off, I have got a pretty unlucky run of cards,
Okay.
a lot of unlucky situations. So we have the mirrored format, so Doug has gotten the better end of that. He is, however, a much better player than I am, and he also figured out how to play against Claudico much quicker than I did.
Okay.
So I was a little lagged behind. I want to blame it on bad luck, but then, you know, in poker, like you always want to look at the whole picture. You always want to try to improve, and you know, be honest with yourself. And there were quite a few things I wasn't doing right off the start, and I am now doing. Unfortunately, a little too far in the hole to probably get unstuck at the end of this, but you know, I believe I'm winning against Claudico now.
Okay. So I read in your bio, it says you're willing and eager to play any competitor at any time.
Yes,
So,
except Doug.
except Doug.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about signing up to play against Claudico?
You know, I didn't really know what to expect. I knew that I wanted to be a part of this. I thought it was a very big deal. I mean, it's in my world, it seems historic. I wanted to defend humanity against the computers taking over our game. And to be honest, like, I thought we had the edge, but it was real unknown, a lot of unknowns at play here. I really didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
I just really hoped, and we all really hoped, we wanted to have the first round victory against the computers. We know they're going to get us eventually. Dr. Sandom and his team are extremely smart guys. They have vast amount of resources, and we know they're going to get this eventually. But just winning that first one to show that humans got something still, you know, that was important to us, and I'm happy that was able to happen.
Right. So as a group, you guys are winning.
Yes, as a group, we're winning at a pretty good win rate, I think.
Is there anything that has surprised you about the way the computer is playing?
Surprised me, I would say it doesn't think like a human, which I shouldn't have expected, but I said going into this, I was going to treat this like I was playing like a new human competitor. And that was kind of my mistake. I expected it to think like a human, to play how humans have determined correct poker theory was. And it was actually, what's surprising to me, should have been surprising, is that it plays just like a computer. And you have to understand how the computer works, you have to get right inside its mind and how it's doing everything, and that is how you beat it. But also what was very surprising is Claudico does everything with every hand, all times. Now, a lot of people say that about humans, and they're not always being quite honest because humans have their own bias. Claudico will do everything with every hand, anytime. You really cannot put it on a hand a lot of the time, and that's been like surprising and difficult thing to deal with.
Okay. All right. Is he, she, it good player?
You know, I think it is pretty good. It's from our perspective, where we compete against very top players, it's hard to give out accolades too easily because we're used to such a high level of competition. But I believe Claudico would beat most people at poker. Might not beat a top tier heads up specialist, but I believe Claudico would beat most humans heads up poker, yeah.
And one day, the computer is going to beat all of you, do you think?
Yeah, I think the day will come. Maybe next year, if this happens again, maybe in 2 years, but the day is definitely coming because we're just aware of the progress they've made over the past year. You know, we did a little recon work going into this to see the bot that they put in the last competition, and we were feeling pretty confident going up against that. And then we got here, there's a new name, new style, everything was playing better. So we were like, wow, they've made a lot of progress in, what is it, like 9 months? So they would make that much progress in 9 months, like in a year, who knows? It's going to be a pretty tough player.
And talk to me a little bit about sitting here playing. You have been here for days and days and days playing thousands of hands of poker, right?
I mean, people tell me I had a life before I came to the Rivers Casino every day and played Heads Up No Limit. I'll take their word for it. I don't remember a life before this. I think this is all I ever did. But yeah, it's been it's been quite a grind, I think is the best way to say it. We've gotten the days a little shorter now by making some logistical changes, but we started off, we were here 12 hours a day. We would get home at midnight. We would study. You know, we take this very seriously. Like, we wanted to bring the best we could to the table. We will all study till like 4 a.m.
What are you studying?
We look over the hands that we played. You know, we have various like commercially available software we can use to do a statistical analysis of the way Claudico's playing. We can talk to each other about like observations we've made ourselves and kind of come together with a strategy we think is best to use against Claudico. Now, everyone has their own little touch. You know, Bjorn's over here going crazy, but in general, like, we have a cohesive strategy that we came up with as a team that we think works against Claudico.
So how many hands are you playing every day?
We are playing about 1,600 hands a day, which is not a ton compared to what we're used to, but it goes a little bit slower than what we're used to, and I'm sitting at the same seat. This is like my little cubicle. I'm here every day just punching into this computer. So
It's like a full-time job for you now.
You know, I thought I didn't have a job. I'm a professional poker player. Now I have a job. I sit here on this laptop and I put bets at Claudico and hope he folds.
Okay. All right. So talk to me about that one flush that you had. It was a flush, right?
Yeah, so that hand worked out pretty good.
Okay.
So I was first to act. I opened on the button, opened up for a raise with 5-7 of hearts. So not like a super good hand, but lots of possibilities in there. We can make straights, we can make flushes, 2 pairs. The world's our oyster, just depending on what comes out. So he re-raised me after that. That's kind of signifying he made it 750. That's usually him saying that he has a pretty good hand. But I was getting pretty good odds on the call. I had position, so I wanted to see a flop. The flop came out ace-2-3 with 2 hearts, and Claudico checked. Now, Claudico doesn't usually check there, checks there a lot, but I don't have a hand. I have 7 high, but I have possibilities. So I decided to make a bet out there, and if he calls, maybe I'll hit my hand. If he folds, that's great. I just won with 7 high. Okay, well, Claudico called, and the turn was the 3rd heart, giving me a flush. Now I'm pretty happy. Claudico checks again. I throw another bet out there. Now, obviously not bluffing. Now I'm trying to get as much money as possible. Claudico calls. Things are getting exciting because maybe we can win all of Claudico's money for once and I get a little bit closer to even. River, I think it was a 3. Claudico checked and I threw out a pretty big bet here. You know, I'm hoping that he has an ace or some good pair that he's been check calling me down with, and he's going to call here because Claudico always has calls. It plays in a way where it will not always let you bluff him. So I threw out a bet hoping for the best, and Claudico got away from it. Dr. Sandholm was pretty happy about that one, but a hand worked out good for me. It's a pretty good pot. I end up making like 4,000 right there.
Okay. Now, it blows my mind. Now, I don't know about you, but it blows my mind when I see that you are bluffing with a computer.
Yeah.
The computer is bluffing.
Yeah. Bluffing is a huge part of poker. And I think your surprise gives credit to Dr. Sandholm and his team for making a bot that was able to teach itself to do that. It learned that that was the best way to play poker. You need to throw some bluffs out there sometimes. We can't always be getting good hands. They don't come around that often. You got to throw out some bluffs and steal that pot. So playing against Clodico, there's quite a bit of he's bluffing me, I'm bluffing him, we're throwing jabs back and forth the whole day. And at the end, you know, usually I'm a little bruised and Clodico's okay.
Yeah, you're the one human who is losing.
Yes.
I'm not going to hold that against you.
I think I'm a winner. I've gotten pretty unlucky, and like I said, I didn't make the changes as quickly as I should have. It's a little slow off the start, understanding what was going on. But as of right now, I believe I'm beating Clodico.
Okay. So you had some bad cards, some bad luck in the beginning.
It's been quite an experience. Everyone who's been watching has been able to ride along with me as just one good hand loses after another.
Okay. All right. So yeah, like I said, in your bio it says you're eager to play any competitor.
Yes.
Are you happy that you signed up to play a computer?
Yeah, I'm happy that I was a part of this. I thought this was a really a historic event and a big landmark in poker and artificial intelligence. And I'm happy that I came up here and I was able to be a part of the winning team. You know, someone had to take the bad end of things. I'm happy to be the punching bags. I feel like that's how I kind of feel like my contribution was. I took all the bad luck and everyone else was able to go to victory.
All right, so show me a hand. Show me
all right.
that, and
So
we'll let you get back to playing.
We're on the turn here with not a whole lot of anything, and I don't have a ton of really good possibilities here. I could hit a queen. If it's a club, that's not going to be very good. I don't have a lot. I'm just going to check. We're not going to try and bluff here. Now we've checked all the way down. Now, I know from playing Clodico that I am not going to get him. All I have is queen high right now. I have a pair of aces with 10, queen 8 high. I know from playing Clodico I will not get him to fold a better hand than this.
Okay.
No chance. So I'm just checking, and unfortunately I'm going to lose this hand. It's a small one. We'll survive. He throws a pot-sized bet out there. So this is part of Clodico's game. Usually no one would bet like this big right here. It's hard for someone to have like that good of a hand. But I know that Clodico could have done this he could have checked back and slow played a good hand where a human normally wouldn't, and he could have something good here. So I'm just going to give this one up, and I'll live to fight another day. All right, here I'm on the button with queen 9 offsuit, not the same suit, but this is a pretty good hand for heads up. So I'm going to raise this up. I'm happy to steal the blinds. I'm happy for Clodico to fold, but if we have to go to the flop, so be it. All right, stole it there. All right, so here Clodico did, what Dr. Sandman said, his signature move. It limped in from the button instead of raising, which most humans don't, most top mid-tier humans don't do that move. It's a tough strategy to make work, but Clodico is doing a pretty good job at it. So Clodico limps in. Now I have a queen 3 off isn't that good of a hand here in the big blind, and I don't think I'm going to be able to go to the flop and win that much, so I'm going to raise and hope I can just steal this away. So this is essentially me bluffing right here.
Okay. So you're bluffing.
And he folded.
So you win.
I win.
All right.
It's another $100 on the way to even. So now here I'm on the button with 7 deuce offsuit. This is what's known as the worst hand in Hold'em because it makes the least amount of straights. It's 2 low cards. Not going to make many flushes. It's even on the button, which is an advantageous position. We're not even going to play this. I'm folding. He can have the $50.
Okay.
He opens up, and I got Jack 9 offsuit here. It's a pretty good hand. I only have to call 150, and I'm happy to do that and see what happens. All right, top pair Jack. This is
nice.
Now we're off to a good start, but anything can happen from here. So I got top pair of jacks on Jack 8-3, and I'm going to check to him, and he checks behind. So now Clodico will check behind a lot of good hands here, but more often than not, top pair is going to be a good hand here. So I'm going to fire out a 75% pot bet and see how things progress. He calls. All right. I'm now just kind of hoping he's got a pair of 8s or 7s or 3s, some worse pair than mine.
Right.
And I'm going to throw out another value bet for 75% pot and hope I get a call here. And yeah, he had a pair of 8s. So he called me down, and I was able to scoop this $3,000 pot here.
Nice.
Monopoly money, but
right.
Yeah. All right, here we are on the button again, ace 10 off. This is a good hand. So I'm gonna raise this up as usual. And he re-raises. So Claudico will re-raise here. Usually this signifies a good hand, but Claudico's very balanced. So it has bad hands here too. It has bad hands, it'll act like our good hands in order to bluff me later on. So I'm gonna call it the 500 and we're gonna see a flop. All right, so we have a pretty low flop here. We have nothing. I got 1 spade and there's 3 spades out there. So if 2 more spades come, I got a flush. But I also have 2 overcards to the board here. And if I hit those, I have a pretty good pair. He gave me a pretty good price. He only bet 375 into 1500. So I could also have the best hand here. Ace high could be the best hand. So I'm gonna call and see the turn. A queen has come and Claudico has bet small again. But now I can't really hit a 10 and feel super good about it. I could hit an ace, but that's not going to come that often. My running flush opportunities are gone. So now, like, even though he bet just 1/4 of the pot again, I'm not feeling super. It's not generally going to be correct to call here, I don't think. So I'm going to give this one up. If he's bluffing me, so what? That's
So you're
okay.
folding?
I think I'm going to fold this one. And
So you'll have no idea what he had.
I'll have no idea until I get back to the hotel room later on. I get the log
And
files,
investigate.
and then I can look through.
Okay.
But I'm going to let him have this one. And from what I know about how Claudico plays, when it uses this bet size, it will have a wide variety of different pairs. And I know that usually there's going to be another bet coming, so save money in the future. There's plenty of other hands I can call with better than this, so I'm going to fold this one. And if he bluffed me, good for you, Claudico.
I just have one more question.
Yeah.
Just how far behind is he, and can he come back?
Okay.
Look at him.
Okay. So how many hands in are you total?
We're about, at this point, I think like 16,000 hands in.
Okay. And how far behind are you, and can you come back?
I'm about 210,000 behind being even right now.
Okay.
So, can I come back? Yes, it's possible. It's in the bounds of possibilities. I'd have to get pretty lucky, get the total reverse of fortunes. But the way this format is, it's not really important. You know, I came here to be a part of a team for humans to win. I know that I'm all about the team now that I'm losing, but I'm all about the team, and that's what makes me happy. Me getting to even it's not really a big concern. Yeah, it affects how much money I'll get paid out, but I didn't come here for the money. I could play poker and make money doing that too. Like, I came here to be a part of this challenge, to be a part of this experiment.
Would you have been crushed if the computer beat you guys as a group?
I would not be crushed. I would be disappointed. I don't think it would say anything bad about us. You know, I mean, we lost to a supercomputer. I don't think anyone's gonna like make fun of me for it. But yeah, it would have been disappointing to lose the first round, because it would kind of just seem like the artificial intelligence has always been ahead of us. But at least we can show right now that there was this one verifiable point in history where the humans were ahead.
All right. Okay. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Fun playing.
I need it. Thank you.
Hang in there. A couple more days, right?
I know. Oh my God. It's a couple more days, and then it's off to Vancouver to play poker nonstop. Then it's off to Vegas to play poker nonstop. So it never quite ends.
So for guys like you who play poker all the time, like, do you have a social life? Or are you?
Yeah. Well, all the guys that I travel around with, we're all good friends. We go out, and our focus is working. But I really love my hometown in California, so I spend a lot of time back there still, see my friends, my family, and all of that. It is kind of like, what it kind of ends up being is like, I'll have like a month-long work week, and then like a 3-week weekend, and then, yeah, stuff like that.
All right. Well, good luck.
Thank you very much. Nice meeting you, Susan.
A little bit of B-roll of you with the other guy.
Okay. Okay, so,
Have you that?
all right. If you guys need a security guard can escort you upstairs and show you. Okay. Far along are you here? Oh shit. God, another 86K? I'm up like 40K. How are you always winning? Hi, Jason.
Put a mic on you, throw a GoPro and camera, and just play.
Let's do it. All right.
I find it interesting that you refer to it as him versus it.
Well, I'm so used to that. Like whenever I play human, like we talk about like him. You never say. I'm always saying him, unless there's not that many women heads-up players in poker. So usually just him. It's instinct, I guess.
Wait, Jason, I think that's not from you guys.
Oh yeah, you didn't call it him before? No.
You'll just jump up, or just you can do it sitting. Run it up under your shirt.
Does it? I have this other mic in here. Does it matter if they touch? All right. Wait, we're
I
like.
may have a problem with children later in life, but it's bothering me right now.
All right.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Yeah, they won't touch. I'm just going to put it on the other side. So just so. Yeah, the one guy didn't talk too much. The other two guys talked to themselves. So.
Okay. Oh, you were just upstairs with them?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a talkative crowd up there.
You what?
That's a more talkative crowd up there.
Yeah.
See, they're closer. It's harder for us to like.
That's what he was saying.
Jason,
What? 589. But I mean, like, I was playing pretty slow for a while. Yeah, we're doing pretty well. What do you do with the GoPro and like the other? What's the difference between the two cameras?
Clap it, sync it. This is all zoomable in and out. And this is one big wide shot. The master.
Oh, that's what all the clapping is. I get it.
Did my European master of natural lighting phase. So we'll see how I do.
Hey, do you want to switch the screens back now? They're not focused on that. That way we can at least talk about it.
All I need you to do now is clap. Count to 3.
1, 2, 3. I'm a natural. Trip aces. Let's give them a min lead. Oh wow, 4 of a kind, that's it? Just squads. Another day in the life of Bjorn. Here I am calling down with a pair of 6s hoping to catch a bluff, and you're just banging out quads. Well, you're about to hit the 100K mark for the day, so that's pretty good. What? I'm thinking about min betting the 6s for value, but I'm just gonna check. Up. I know. I'm getting that on my run bat on Kotico. Raise it up, bluff the turn, get called, give up. Three streets of min betting. Time to get that value. Uh-oh. I don't know about this one. Kotico might be writing a check he can't cash. And after 3-betting too, so you get the bigger pot size. God, I want to call this. I'm gonna give it up. I'm gonna give this one up to old Cloudy over here. I love it. Min bet the turns and then hit 2 pair on the river. All right, 75% call.
Oh yeah, kings and basically. Oh my god.
Hey, you know what to do.
I mean, there are a few things I could do.
I know, but I
I can remit the 5, get the 6 bet. Actually, I think that might be an option.
you gotta let it.
Just flat.
He just flatted, and you are. Damn, you get more equity.
Dude, I got it aces against ace king odds, and now kings.
But then
Sucks, see how you can get away from it now.
Dog's gonna get that in and get more equity. So you guys like made money this hand.
Yeah.
Missed the flop, min donk him in. Kings facing a. See now this is kind of a clash of how things are going for us. You get the kings, you get 5 bet. I get the kings, I 4 bet. He flats and I get to flop an ace.
Flop an ace, really? Oh, yeah.
We're gonna take a play from the Sweden playbook. I just been like betting. Yeah, I bet real small flop and turn.
Trying to get that speed so down.
Wheeling him in. I'm not wheeling him in. I'm just having like a safe. This hand's just going a nice safe way. Check behind.
You're like feeding the shot before the
He probably has me. Because I blocked king queen. He probably just has me here. But I lost the minimum. Yeah. Lost the minimum. Was this your first 100K session?
This is my peak session, yeah.
Must be nice. All right.
We have raise call.
I think I'm just call folding here. I mean, depending on what he throws.
We have that going for us. We know what you think about.
Value town time. All right. Let's get a win. Check and be good. Yes.
Jack Hughes, man.
He gave up. God, he check raises here so much. I would do this with a diamond. I'd rebluff with a diamond, but with this one, I think I'm just gonna let it go. Rebluff with a diamond, but I'm gonna call with this. That's the decision. Kind of got there. Throw out a little 40%er here. He check raised and I called. I debated folding, called. He check calls 40% on the turn. River kills my hopes and dreams. Now I'm just praying for 2 pair. Please? Nope. He got it. Good for you, Claudico. You win another one.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I'll do it even better.
Is he setting up there or something?
Yeah.
You
I
want,
have to interview a guy up there.
you got to go right now?
No, I want to shoot my teeth with you.
Okay.
So let's get that out of the way.
Here right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, what is the easiest thing I can call you guys? Can I just say top Texas Hold'em poker players in the world? Or some of the top poker players in the world?
The correct way to say it is the top heads up no limit hold'em players, or top heads up. Is that too many words?
It's too many words. Like if I say some of the top poker players in the world.
It's really more accurate to say heads up poker players at least. If you can say the top heads up poker players.
Okay.
Because if you include all forms of poker, everyone's going to disagree and it's going to be a huge shit show. So it has to be, if you can say heads up poker, that's ideal.
Some of the top poker minds.
You can say that too. But
I kind of agree with Jason.
it is specific.
Say that 4 top 10, say something like that. Because you're acting at people like
It has to be really short. Okay.
Like 10 seconds, and 90% of the people watching have no idea why it's on.
Okay. Okay. In that case, I would say top poker minds. I think that one's
I'd go
right.
brains,
Top poker brain.
just because it goes in with the branding. Sorry.
Right.
I need every branding spot I can get. Get to a tease.
I'm done with you. I don't know what you're doing. Call it everywhere.
all kinds of slack here.
Oh, do you? All right, yeah, just bring it out. I'll pull it.
Oh, it's done?
We're gonna do the other.
Yeah, that's probably way easier. When Doug comes down here, I'll just step away so we cannot communicate. All right? I mean, can we just keep playing and Doug and I won't talk to each other? Okay, I'm not going to talk to him. Yeah, all right. It's okay. We're just not going to talk to each other. And thank you. Hi. Could I get a bottle of water, please? Perfect. What? Thank you. Sure.
I would say like you're sitting up on the wall, maybe start on there.
No, you're fine. It just, okay. So they were getting it, but I'm getting it, so I don't know why.
Oh, I see.
This monitor. Fan for them.
Take your broadcast off real quick.
What's up?
You're fine. I must have been a glitch.
Okay.
I can shoot ours on a separate car.
Okay. So after you shoot his, you're done. You're done shooting.
Okay.
And then you can put it on a different card. And he claims that he can get some of this stuff to us. It may not air it. Okay.
Oh, it's not Saturday night?
He's airing his is airing Saturday. But he said they may.
Cutting our own version, or are we just using this one?
So if we cut our own version, which I don't have time to go through all this and write, then he's gonna have to get all the stuff to us. If we use his version, he can air it on Monday.
Mellon University's Cloudco meet some of the best poker minds in business. That story is coming up on CBS Saturdays. CBS is fine. Good?
I like it. Oh, that's right.
Do you still want me to say I'm Susan Copeland starting? Well, my opening line is I'm Susan Copeland of Pittsburgh. That's still okay with you since he's on? Yeah.
No, I'm live. Both of you
Oh, you can see me? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
And I'll zoom in you.
Got it. Got it. Okay. All right. Ready? 3, 2. I'm Susan Copeland in Pittsburgh. Computers have already beaten the top chess player and Jeopardy champion. Sorry. 3, 2. I'm Susan Copeland in Pittsburgh. Computers have already beaten the world's top chess player and Jeopardy champion, but can Carnegie Mellon University's Cloudco beat? Let's say bluff its way to victory. I'm Susan Copeland in Pittsburgh. Computers have already defeated the world's best chess player and Jeopardy champion, but can Carnegie Mellon University's Cloudco bluff its way to victory over some of the best minds in poker? I can't think of the last line. Best minds in poker. I'll have that story on CBS this morning.
Or you can say coming up. What do you say on this? Coming up.
Never gonna keep this out. But if I don't write my own stuff, I can't remember something.
I understand, yeah.
3. Is that your job? 3, 2. I'm Susan Copeland in Pittsburgh. The computers have already defeated the world's best chess champion. I need a teleprompter. I can't. You would think that you would think I did this for 3, 2. I'm Susan Copeland in Pittsburgh. Computers have already defeated the world's best chess champion and Jeopardy champion, but can Cloudco, Carnegie Mellon University, can't do it. Can't do it. I know. I've been reading teleprompters for many years. I'm Susan Copeland in Pittsburgh. Computers have already defeated the world's best chess champion and Jeopardy champion, but can Carnegie Mellon University's Cloudco bluff its way to victory over some of the best poker minds in the world? I'll have that story coming up on CBS this morning, Saturday.
Nailed it.
Yeah, and that one I kind of stumbled at again, so I gotta do it again. Let me do one more clean, and then I'll do your pickup. 3, 2. In Pittsburgh, computers have already defeated the world's best chess player and Jeopardy champion, but can Carnegie Mellon University's Cloudco bluff its way to victory over some of the best poker minds in the world? I'll have that story coming up on CBS
Appreciate it. Good deal. Thank you, sir. Good luck.
Thank you.
I think so, but I got all these
It's so different.
Getting bluffed through. You're slipping, you're dangerously close to sub 100K. You're dangerously close to sub 100K. Keep it. You're dangerously close to going below 100K. Fold out. You can fold out and make it. Oh shit. Damn it. Yes, you need an iPhone charge?
Yeah, mine. I have one.
Do you need a battery pack too?
No, I just need to plug in.
Yeah. If you need,
Actually, I have the.
okay.
Yeah, it's just my wire. The wire.
That happens to me too all the time, yeah. No problem.
So I can tell you where Jason is going up.
Jason is currently at
712.
55K up. at time 7:13.
you can eat, baby. Yo, you barely over 100K.
I know, just had to log in.
Did you start folding?
No, I was playing normal.
Okay. I'm almost done over here. Still going. One more hand. Done. Yeah, 154K.
God, you don't want 100K? What the?
Dude, it's just full houses, both. Things get all. He's like.
Oh man.
Did Dong run Ace King?
An aces.
Okay, yeah. But what happens with them?
Drinks, beverages.
I think we're gonna go eat right now. Thank you, though.
You're welcome.
Bjorn even runs good there. They get it into the flops and they get more equity. Yeah. No, there's Kings.
No food for Doug, he's gonna die.
How much? How do you do?
Are you gonna do strategizing or if not, I'll join you on what is it?
I'm not sorry. Is it cool if two of us doing this for lunch? Or?
Sure, yeah.
Unless you want to strategize,
We're past that.
You know, make them sit at a different table, isn't it?
we actually did that one day. That's
really great. Don't you want to sit in the back by the big TV? Real big, giant TV in the back of the wheel.
I didn't want to join you in that group because I thought that you guys were strategizing, so I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, they're strategizing, trying to figure out how many states they've been to. NHL teams. Sometimes you gotta let your brain relax. Yeah, you guys need an escort. I guess they're gonna cost me. Oh yeah, let me see. We just changed shifts. Hi all. Where are you heading? Upstairs for whatever. Would you like to escort these gentlemen? Yeah, you guys wheelhouse to eat, right? So you just take the portal over to the wheelhouse and drop them off. It's like you're a taxi. Holly got you guys.
Hey guys, the director would like to know, have you guys been before? Maybe like a little bit. He was just wondering like if you guys have been on ESPN or he's wondering I've got ESPN for one job.
Maybe you're behind her.
What else would you explain to
Hold on, Hall. No idea. We'll be back up there. Aren't you going upstairs? Yeah, you gotta go. Yeah, Rob's up here waiting for you. Hit each other with their mouths.
No, I have Jason's. I wasn't
CBS. Yeah, that's what we're below. I know. Sure, try to watch it every day. That's the trick. Watch it every day until you speak. Be on. Get up on Saturday morning. Right now it's one on the road. Today's my off day. Yeah, it's always. Tomorrow I'm off. 20 hours. My wife likes it. When I'm not around the house tomorrow, I'm going to do it.
I got advice for everything, and everything was
Trials, sort of, first coordination.